Today, we're diving into two completely different ways to experience the same city, one on a tight $10 budget, and the other with $100 to spend freely. Two travelers, two wallets, and one full day to explore. How far can $10 really take you in a place known for culture, food, and excitement? Is it enough to eat well, see the sights, and still enjoy the vibe of the city? On the other hand, what does $100 buy you? Comfort, convenience, luxury? Or does it simply take the fun out of exploring like a local? This isn't just about money, it's about the choices we make when we travel. Budget travel forces creativity. It pushes you to find hidden food stalls, take local buses, meet people, and discover parts of the city no tour guide ever mentions. Meanwhile, having more to spend opens the door to premium experiences, whether it's rooftop views, chef-curated meals, or skipping lines at major attractions. In this video, we'll follow both journeys side by side: breakfast, transportation, activities, lunch, and nightlife. Every decision shaped by the budget. You'll see the trade-offs, the surprises, and maybe even discover that less money doesn't always mean less experience. Whether you're a backpacker watching every coin or a comfort seeker ready to treat yourself, this is your guide to what a day in city name can really look like. $10 versus $100. Let's hit the streets. The day begins with two very different approaches to the most important meal. On the $10 budget, it's all about making every cent count. Just off the main street, a small bakery offers warm pastries fresh out of the oven. A simple croissant and a basic coffee. No fancy syrups, no oat milk, come in at under $3. It's fast, filling, and surprisingly satisfying. There's no table service, just a spot by the window and the buzz of locals starting their day. Meanwhile, across town, the $100 day starts in one of the city's trendiest brunch spots. Think artisanal sourdough, avocado, organic eggs, and freshly squeezed orange juice served with latte art and a skyline view. The total bill hits around $25, but in return comes comfort, quality, and a slow start to the morning that feels indulgent. There's a calm atmosphere, friendly staff, and that unspoken luxury of not needing to rush. Two breakfasts, two very different experiences. One is about fuel, the other about the feeling. One grabs what's available and keeps moving. The other settles in and soaks up the moment. And already, the gap in the day is beginning to show. With breakfast done, it's time to move through the city, and for our $10 traveler, every step matters. A short walk leads to the nearest metro station, where a single ride costs just over $1. It's crowded, a little noisy, but it gets you exactly where you need to go. Public transport here is efficient, and hopping from bus to metro means you can still cover plenty of ground without burning through your budget. On the other side, the $100 traveler opens a ride-hailing app and books a private car to their first stop. It's quick, smooth, and air-conditioned. No waiting on platforms or checking bus times. Just comfort and convenience on demand. The driver even shares a few local tips, offering that extra layer of local knowledge without a tour guide. Later in the day, our budget explorer rents a city bike for a couple of dollars and weaves through quieter streets, feeling the city at their own pace. Meanwhile, the $100 day continues in style. Another ride, this time to a more distant part of town, with time saved and energy conserved. Both travelers see the city, but through completely different lenses. One through the windows of a car, the other through the rhythm of the streets. One saves time, the other gains perspective. The journey becomes just as much a part of the experience as the destination. Now, it's time to dive into what the city has to offer: its culture, energy, and soul. With only a few dollars left to stretch through the day, our $10 traveler turns to the best resource any city offers: its free experiences. Public parks, historic neighborhoods, and local street art become the playground. They wander through the old town, camera in hand, taking in centuries-old buildings, watching performers in the plaza, and stumbling across a hidden chapel with its doors open to anyone. There's no entry fee, no schedule, just curiosity leading the way. They visit a free museum with rotating exhibits. The space is small but rich in creativity. run by local artists and volunteers. A stroll along the riverfront or through a bustling market adds even more texture to the experience. Everything is grounded in the city's rhythm, spontaneous, local, and authentic. Meanwhile, on the $100 path, the day is crafted with precision. First up, a skip-the-line ticket to one of the city's major attractions, maybe a landmark cathedral, a rooftop viewpoint, or an immersive art museum. There's no waiting, no crowds, just a smooth entry into a curated experience. A guide or audio tour adds depth, context, and storytelling to the surroundings. Later, they book a hands-on activity, maybe a cooking class with a local chef, or a private walking tour of the city's historical district. These aren't just photo ops, they're designed experiences, blending entertainment with education, and every part of them feels like time well spent. The city opens itself up in a structured, polished way, efficient, exclusive, and full of detail. And here's where the contrast becomes most clear. The $10 traveler feels like they're discovering the city one step at a time, stumbling across beauty in unexpected corners. The $100 traveler feels like they're unlocking a tailored version of it, complete, accessible, and refined. Both experiences are rich, but in very different ways. One trades money for access. The other trades time and attention for discovery. And both prove that a city doesn't need a price tag to leave an impression, it just depends on how you choose to explore it. As midday rolls in, hunger starts to set the tone. And again, the budget draws a sharp line between two very different meals. Our $10 traveler has just a few dollars to spare, so lunch has to be quick, cheap, and filling. They head to a bustling market hall, where locals line up for no-frills food. A paper plate piled with grilled vegetables and seasoned rice, or a thick sandwich packed with meat and cheese, costs just $4 or $5. The seating is communal, the napkins are thin, but the flavors are bold. Everything is homemade, fresh, and authentic. There's no pretense, just nourishment and local character served in plastic trays. They eat standing up at the counter, surrounded by construction workers, students, and elderly regulars. It's loud, it's real, and it feels like part of the city itself. Meanwhile, the $100 traveler is seated at a table with a white cloth, sunlight pouring through wide windows, and a glass of wine already in hand. The menu is curated, seasonal, and layered with choices, each dish carefully plated, every flavor balanced. For around $40 to $50, they get a multi-course lunch, perhaps with locally caught seafood, freshly baked bread, and desserts that look too perfect to touch. It's not just about the food, it's about atmosphere, service, and the rhythm of the meal. There's time to linger, to talk, to soak in the luxury of not needing to rush. Waiters recommend wine pairings. Every dish tells a story. Every course feels intentional. By the end of lunch, the contrast is striking. One traveler leaves with a full belly and change in their pocket, the other with a refined memory of taste, setting, and service. One is rooted in the streets, the other in sophistication, and yet, both walk away satisfied, having experienced a side of the city that only food can reveal. Because whether it's served in a market stall or a fine dining room, food is connection. It connects you to people, to culture, and to place. No matter how much you spend. As the sun begins to dip behind the city skyline, the final part of the day sets in, and once again, the divide between $10 and $100 leads to two completely different evenings. With barely a few coins left, the $10 traveler skips anything flashy and heads to a quiet, scenic spot known mostly to locals. It might be a public park, a hilltop viewpoint, or the edge of a calm waterfront. A cheap drink from a corner store, maybe a local beer or soda, becomes the evening's luxury. They sit on a ledge, watching the sky shift into shades of orange and pink, surrounded by the laughter of teenagers, couples on blankets, and musicians casually strumming guitars. It's peaceful, reflective, and personal. No entrance fee, no reservation, just the beauty of being in the right place at the right time. As night falls, they wander the streets lit with warm amber light, maybe stopping at a lively square where street performers gather or a local festival is quietly unfolding. They might not be inside the bars, but they're still part of the scene, watching, smiling, soaking in the sound of the city at night. On the $100 side, the evening begins with a reservation at a rooftop cocktail bar, high above the skyline. The atmosphere is polished, the drinks are expertly mixed, and the views stretch across the city, glowing under the twilight. A couple of signature cocktails come in at $30-40, but the setting adds value far beyond the drink itself: ambient music, panoramic sights, and the feeling of exclusivity. From there, they head to a jazz lounge, a theater show, or an intimate live music venue. There's no need to check prices, just enjoy. The night flows with ease, each moment crafted and curated. There's time for dessert, conversation, and one last drink before calling it a night, perhaps even via a pre-booked ride back to their hotel. Two endings. One built on stillness, spontaneity, and connection. The other on comfort, ambience, and seamless experience. One found magic in a park bench and city lights reflected in glass. The other savored elegance, privacy, and smooth transitions from place to place. Both days, despite the budget difference, end in their own kind of beauty, reminding us that how we spend our time often matters just as much as how we spend our money. Whether it's $10 or $100, the city always has something to offer, and the memories you take with you don't always come with a price tag.